to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement.
Yo, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Intermission. I'm your host, Howard Jerome, and you can find me on Facebook at Howard Jerome and Instagram at Howard_Jerome. And with me is my co-host, Marcus Griffin.
Yeah,
What's up,
coming
buddy?
back live from the underground. Hey, Big Crit.
He's going to say this the whole
Hey,
time.
man, I hope they listening to that music in the background. Is it playing?
No, he just turned it
Oh,
on.
yeah, look at that.
We're trying to keep it moody.
We're trying to
real
keep
nice
it
and sexy.
real sexy for the people out there.
Yo, so we've been pumped about this show. There's been a lot of good information coming out. I mean, we had a fantastic Beast trailer drop.
Yes, sir. It was dope.
Got confirmation on a prediction that I made earlier this year. We'll get into that a little bit later. When we got a new movie out, Creed 2, that we're gonna.
Hey, I can't wait for Creed 2, man. I'm pumped for that shit.
Yo, man, me too. I wasn't even really that big of a fan of the first one though.
I love the first one, and then I also love Rocky 4. I'm on a
Rocky 4.
Yeah, Rocky 4, because Drago's son. Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah.
Hey, keeping the player.
It was all right. But so we want to start off with something a little bit light. We got a Birds of Prey release date for
and
that,
casting.
Casting
dropped today.
That dropped today, actually.
Yes,
so
sir.
That was kind of hanging out in the wings. We knew Margot Robbie was reprising her role as Harley Quinn, but now we know who's going to be playing Huntress and
Mary Elizabeth Weinstein from
not Huntress,
Journey Summit or whatever name
they're saying that they're going to have out there now.
Black Canary.
Yeah. So. What's up, Jada? What's up, Erlene? How you guys doing today?
What's going down?
Who else is on here?
Joining us on this rainy evening in H-Town.
Right. Man, it makes me just want to watch a movie right now, right?
Hey, man, I was watching Scott Pilgrim. Speaking of Mary Elizabeth Weinstein.
So, yeah, for you guys who don't know, Elizabeth
Weinstein, yeah.
She played the love interest of Scott Pilgrim, the one with the purple hair. So, she's playing not Black Canary, but she's playing Huntress. She's playing Huntress. There we go. So, it's a pretty good cast so far.
And apparently they want to do, what's his name, Black Mask? They've been talking about wanting him to be the villain of it and having Ewan McGregor or the guy from, I can never remember his name. He plays on
District 9.
District 9, the weird guy.
He's the guy that turned into the alien on District 9. Man, speaking of that movie, he had the craziest scene when his fingernails start coming off and he's changing. Man, that movie was
Nah, that's gross.
So this is one of the things that I'm both excited. I'm cautiously optimistic right now. DC seems to be kind of making some good steps here. I'm excited about the cast for Birds of Prey. It looks like it's going to be pretty solid. And then, of course, everything that's going on with Joker. But the thing that worries me about Birds of Prey is that, one, we're just getting the casting list. And this movie is set to come out 2020. I keep thinking 2020. So they got a time to go. Yeah, they got a little bit, 2 years. But they don't know who the villain's going to be yet, which makes me think they don't have the full story written out and all that. That's kind of scary.
I still don't know what the fuck DC is doing. I look at the Joker. I love the photos. I love the set video. Him walking out the train gets me hyped up. He looks like the classic Joker, or what I would consider to be a more cartoonish kind of take on what Heath Ledger does. So I was impressed by it, but then again, it's like, is your average goer gonna go for a straight Joker movie? But I think that Joker is gonna set the groundwork of what they may do in Batman. I hope they introduce Batman at the end at least.
So this is my thing, okay? Everything is so disjointed. I keep saying that about DC, but
Always.
And the Joker thing has been the biggest thing to pivot, and I mean to highlight that point. We've got the Joker with Jared Leto, and now we've got the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. And I'm leaning more, so I wanted to give Jared Leto the benefit of the doubt. I think he's a great actor. He's definitely really talented individual. But I know Joaquin Phoenix's work a lot better.
Yeah, I've seen him do better work.
Some I mean, when he trolled America, when everybody thought he was trying to be a rap artist and all that, and he grew out the beard. Oh yeah, you gotta look this up. Joaquin Phoenix is a pretty crazy dude.
He sold me on acting wise on Her, how he was able to command that type of performance.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's on Netflix. Better check it out.
Man, I can't get into.
You think you won't?
Love movie.
I'm trying to tell people, man. It's those certain movies that everybody want to complain about, like, oh, why did this win anything? But I'm just like, if you watch it, it's really a great.
What was
film.
that voice, man?
What you gonna do? That's my complaining bitch voice. And no offense to no women out there. It's just my voice I use to complain.
See, so Jada points out something. Joker is across the board always ranked as being the best villain of any story, comic book, yada yada yada. And yeah, it could be good if it's done right, but this is DC we're talking about. DC has a tendency to just throw great movies, great potential movies, straight out the window.
That's true, and I always wish that DC kind of did it the flip side, where most movies go into like a trilogy, so you have like the 3 Batmans, 3 Aquamans or something like that, but establish the first movie as this is Batman, and then your follow-up films will be just cameos of Batman in there, but it's more of the like a Joker origin, Batman's in it, then you have like a Riddler origin type of film, and then throw Batman in there, because I always want to see more of the villain, because the villains are the people in DC universe that I'm more captivated by. So seeing a story that revolves around them and how they become what they become, and then because you could do a lot with that.
Well, I think though with that point, DC seems to be hearing like that's not you're not the first person that said that. I mean, we've said this on this podcast a couple of times. I've heard other people on different discussion boards and stuff talk about the same thing. Like, I mean, Marvel gives us a whole glorious look at what each character is about. We've got their origin stories, how they tie together, yada yada yada. True. But their villains have never been that interesting
at all.
DC has way better villains. Their heroes aren't as relatable, but I think they're trying to get to that. The problem that I see is that it's disjointed, and they don't have a central figure that they're building the franchise around. There's not a single story to unify all these random events.
It's a whole bunch of shit going on.
And if they're going to keep them separate, cool. I like the one-off movies.
I like the one-off movies.
Like, tease that they're tied together when we can see that the stories are completely unrelated. Like, even down to the fact that this Joker that Joaquin Phoenix is playing looks nothing like the one that Jared Leto's playing. And
whole different style and tone.
I mean, even when we look at these clips, the tone of this movie, and I really hope this doesn't happen. Way more like Nolan.
Way more like Nolan. It looks more serious. And then it's also with Birds of Prey, they're not even introducing Batman. This is a world of Gotham where Batman hasn't even existed. So that's going to be interesting to see. And then, you got an origin Batman movie coming out. Can't wait to see what they do with that. So I don't know what the hell. I always say DC is up there smoking in the corporate office. So.
Well, one thing that they're getting right, and this is something I've been complaining about Hollywood period, is that they're offering more roles to women and people of color.
That's good.
While introducing new stories.
True.
I'm tired of seeing Hollywood where they take old roles and then just redo them. Same exact storyline, and they just insert women, insert minorities. And it's like, I don't want to see that.
I want to see
new roles for minorities and women. And then the problem is solved. And it looks like DC's trying to do that.
I hope they're trying.
That's cool. I just hope they don't try to do, like, especially with this Joker movie, recreate the Dark Knight trilogy. So, what's up, Jarvis? Is he joining us? What does he have on here?
Marvel come up with some dope villains in the last 2 phases.
Yeah, but what do you mean more so as
they don't
who's your favorite villain?
Enchantress, but or what was her name? Was that her name? Enchantress or whatever she was in Thor: The Dark World. Not Dark World.
I don't even mean that in
Ragnarok.
general. If you ask favorite villains, how many people are going to shout out a Marvel villain?
Y'all, is the music too loud for y'all? Or y'all vibing with us? Because I'm feeling this music. I kind of want to spit some bars over here. Just like, forget movie talk. Let's get some bars going.
Man, we don't need you to do that. Y'all missed it earlier today. He was trying to spit bars earlier today, and man, oh man.
It was beautiful, man.
Trash.
Yeah, it was beautiful, dog.
It was the equivalent of Suicide Squad.
You just a hater. Just a hater, man.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, Thanos is, he was great.
No. they did a good job with Thanos for sure.
But Dr. Doom hasn't been in the movies.
Dr. Doom has been in the movies.
No, I'm talking about. He's talking about for the last 2 phases. Dr. Doom.
Well, he was in the last Fantastic Four movie.
But that's not part of the MCU.
No, it's not. But what I'm saying, what he's talking about is. Oh, cool. Music. No, I said music straight. What they're talking about, because I asked if you had to name top villains. Most people aren't going to shout out Marvel villains. So, all right, cool. Dr. Doom, I can rock with that. Thanos, he's interesting. But I know more villains in DC. I like Marvel better, but I know more villains in DC. And I could be wishy-washy on this because
remember this. Marvel has X-Men coming, Spider-Man villains coming into play, Fantastic Four villains. They have the heavy hitter villains because X-Men still, in my opinion, has some of the best sinister type villains that just don't give a fuck, and those are the type of villains I like. I don't want them to be like, oh, I'm supposed to care about this villain.
But it's Marvel though. Do you really think they're gonna give us something where it's like we want to actually?
It's gonna be cookie
that's
cutter.
part of the issue. Marvel does not. It's too nice, man. Magneto goes back and forth, man.
Hey, Magneto's that dude.
Hella sucked.
Oh, that's her name. Yeah, Hella. I call her Enchantress.
She was trash to me, but. With Marvel's movies right now, I mean, y'all can disagree. They're too happy-go-lucky for them to actually give me a villain that I care about. Whereas in DC right now, like with the way the tone is set, with how dark it is, they can create a villain that actually terrifies me, and that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I want to see.
I want to see a villain that I'm like, man, that dude will fuck some.
When I look at that TMZ video, I think all
exactly
2 PG, love it. And I love it just off that one video or that one TMZ clips of Joker, him just walking off the train. Yeah. And just in my mind, I'm picturing like, yo, he's probably fucking some shit up right now. Like how smooth he walks off. I'm just like, my imagination gets to going when I see a good Joker, that good Joker clip. So,
did you see the clip they had where he was in the phone booth?
Yeah, he was breaking down the one you sent me. Yeah.
So
the one guy walks up and was like, "Hey, block this! You can't see this." I'm like, "We already seen it."
Thanos has a soft side. Whatever.
Like, Josh Brolin has a soft side.
I don't want Thanos to have a soft side.
I don't. I want him to just be like.
It makes me treat these characters more like, even with Magneto, who is more so often a villain than he's not. It makes me kind of not look at them as true villains. I want to see someone who's 100% committed, because even with like Magneto, you have him morph into a greater threat when him and Professor X together form Onslaught. They're just like, yo, but you're not that big of a big bad if you have to combine with someone else to become even worse. Hey. I want someone like Joker. He is super evil.
Shout out to Michael Fassbender holding it down out there, killing it with Magneto.
I'm not saying I don't like Jared Leto's Joker. We haven't seen enough screen time with him yet, but I think Joaquin Phoenix is a better actor for this role.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Jared Leto, I did like his take on it. It was just different because I was just like, okay, well, he's a gangster, but I'm just like, how does this fit in the world with Man of Steel and?
I mean, his is definitely more believable to have a flamboyant thug type come and playing a role like that versus like someone who
if it was a one-off movie,
psychotic genius.
I was like, cool, give it to me. But after that, nah. Well, this portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how we can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services.
So one of the things that we saw that you actually dropped on me earlier this week, or excuse me, probably last week actually, was the new MIB Men in Black photo with Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth. Just now, that's pretty cool.
In my mind, I just think to myself of just remembering how Will Smith and
Tommy Lee Jones
were back in the day, and the chemistry they had, and just thinking about what Thor Ragnarok, how Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth had that type of playful banter between each other, and just to think that Men in Black is introducing this type of dynamic cast that once again, you thought you can never top a black guy and then a white guy, being friends, but then you just take this handsome white guy and this beautiful black chick. I was like, I'm down for it, man. Give me that diversity, man. Give it to me.
See, what I think about is that when you start looking at like duos throughout, like all the great duos, like I think they have the chemistry from that because they're both accomplished actors in their own right. Chris Hemsworth with Marvel,
Tessa Thompson, Marvel, and
HBO and everything. Right now, she's got HBO. She's with Westworld.
Netflix.
She's on Netflix. She's been on. There was another show that I didn't even realize that she was on, but she's showing that she just popped up on the scene.
She has good range. Nowhere.
And she plays different characters from good guys to bad guys to your anti-heroes. Chris Hemsworth, he's kind of typecast in my opinion, besides that one where he was playing that race car driver.
Rush.
But he does a good job at that. And I think MLB, like, who do you think they're going to be kind of like channeling?
I don't know what's going on with Sony, because I'm gonna be honest with you. It reminds, because when I first heard that they were casting this movie and doing some type of soft reboot and they're based in London or whatever, I remember them having the idea, or that Sony link that happened, and they were talking about 22 Jump Street meets MIB, and I'm just like, ooh, that sounds disgusting. But then I was like, I saw them cast those two, and I was like, okay, you know what, they're gonna go the funny route. It's gonna be a little bit more lighthearted, just like the other ones. But then Liam Neeson has been cast into this universe, because I think he's supposed to be the director over, I guess, the London offices. So I'm gonna be interested in all of it. I'm good for it.
Yeah. See, Jada, when I say she hopped on the scene, I don't mean that she hasn't been acting for a while. What I'm saying is that she just had a bunch of big blockbusters that are just coming out of nowhere in terms of.
She did just. Yeah. She was always on the scene, but she didn't get popularized until
she was in Creed. Annihilation, that was last year. She was in Selma, had a small part in that. War on Everyone, For Colored Girls, like.
She was in Colored Girls? Oh, man.
Yeah, these are smaller demographics. She was in Dear White People, too.
Shout out to her on Creed. Hell yeah.
So she plays love interest, and she's going to be in Creed 2 again.
I can't wait.
So she's been acting for a while, but she hasn't been having like these big breakout roles where all of a sudden in the last year and a half, she's on everything. Big TV shows that are winning awards with Westworld. She's on like indie projects with Sorry to Bother You. She was the love interest in that one. I actually thought she was like really, really great in that one.
What is her name? Something Beats, the girl that plays on Atlanta and plays on Deadpool. That black chick.
The girl who played Domino.
Yeah, that's gonna be on Joker. That's what she reminds me of, the trajectory that their career is doing. That they're becoming into their own, and I'm just loving it, man. I'm loving that you having diversity in these movies, more women, out here balling, and ain't just this whole generic old type of movies we're getting. I'm loving it.
Yeah, the biggest thing, and I keep seeing this a lot too, is that it's showing women outside of like the male gaze, so where it's not like just sexualized. It's like women being heroes, women being villains, women being superheroes, being spies, women being
they doing it all
kind of stuff. So I mean, it's pretty cool. Another one of my movies that I'm kind of excited about is that the Kingsmen Trilogy is now greenlighted, and it's for sure gonna be wrapping up. Give
us that release date. Give me all that Kingsmen. I love that movie.
Were you a fan of the second one?
I'm a fan of all of them. Both of them.
The second one I was a little bit worried about. Like, it's okay. I saw it a couple times. It didn't hold its weight compared to the first one, and I guess because it was like a different type of spy movie that came out, and it seemed like they try to repeat the formula so much.
It was kind of off kilter a little bit compared to the first one, but one thing I will say is I like it that Matthew Vaughn is coming back and writing and directing this third film, so keeping it in that good cohesion. But hey, man, you got to keep on listening to the podcast, because we're going to talk about this later on. That's how you drop it. That's how we drop it up here, man. We was going hard on the DC talk.
We were going to try and give you guys a little snippet of Creed, but
we were going. You better listen to the podcast.
Cool, man. You already cut it out now, man. We can't backtrack.
We got to, man. We got to go. Like, hey, they said get up out of here. And I was playing. So, who is that? What up, Cuzzo? I see you.
Bring Hallie back.
Oh, please, no, man. No, we ain't trying to do her. She was okay. She was passable. I'm just so... Catwoman really kind of just ruined it for Halle Berry for me. I have not been able to bounce back.
That's one of the worst movies.
I haven't liked her since then. It's just like, I don't really care what Halle Berry plays in. But hey, this is the end of Facebook Live. Y'all like this. Y'all share this. You subscribe to all of the major platforms that we're on. Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify. After you listen to Joe Budden, go tune over and listen to Intermission on Spotify. Check us on YouTube. Also, if you go to iTunes, you can leave a glowing review that we will read and give you some feedback. We might even, message you and say, what's up? You want to come on the show? We love that love. And also, don't forget to share this post. We want to build the community up, the Intermission community up, have more viewers, get more people interacting with us and talking about movies and TVs that we know y'all enjoy watching, because I'm pretty sure everybody watching movies and TV. If you're not, I don't know what the heck you're doing, But also, never forget, donate. Donate that money that we love, But yeah, you can donate your money. Where was it? Where you donated it?
So you either do a single donation by following the link on our website, or you can do a monthly donation over at Patreon and become a full-fledged subscriber. I'm sure we'll be able to get you something like a bottle of water or something.
a bottle.
Man, we used to have these mugs that I was trying to hop online.
There you go.
Okay, yo. So the retro mugs that I used to have on here drinking my coffee out of, y'all definitely can get one of those. It might be a little cracked, might be a little chipped, but god damn it, it's worth it.
Hey man, ain't nothing like being part of the Spirit community. You just join us. Hey man, we just like y'all for tuning in and watching us, giving us a shout out, and enjoying what we got, the vibe we got going on here.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week again on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Hey, deuces.
And watch for the full episode dropping as well.
And yeah, hear what we got to say about Creed and what else? What else we got to talk about?
We're still rolling. That's funny. So you guys got to forgive Marcus, man. He's now a official host,
man.
So he's trying to figure out the flow of everything.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get the balance.
Being a guest and transitioning to being a host is a little bit different, isn't it?
It is, because you got to think about what you're going to say.
You got to be a couple steps ahead, planned out, routine, know the commercials that are coming. We've got our sponsors and all that. Be a little bit more polished. This is just Facebook still running because we're off on that. Yeah, man, part of that. I don't have the remote over here because Elijah, for some reason.
It's all good. He's jamming.
It's all good.
He's jamming.
Creed, though. Creed 2. Holy shit, that dropped. And you know what's funny? As soon as that dropped, I knew it dropped because my girl came in and was like, yo, the Creed 2 dropped. I was like, bro, stop following Michael B. Jordan.
Hey, man, the women love Michael B., man. Bro. They love Michael B., but dog, I see why. I mean, see why. It's a good looking, hey, shout out to Michael B., good looking brother. Represent out there. Hey, but the thing I like about this trailer, or just the fact that I'm just looking at Creed 2, it gets me pumped up with just seeing that they're going to answer the story that they never really, I guess, kind of addressed with the end of Creed 4 with, him killing his dad in the ring on Rocky 4. And I like it that they're going to address that, and he's fighting his son. We already knew that it probably was going to come down to this, but looking at, I want to say, Drago's son is very intimidating. He towers over him, and he's pretty big.
He looks like he's at least like 6'7", 6'8".
I mean, the dude's doing pull-ups with a weight ball. I'm like, Jesus, like you might not want to mess with that, Michael B. Mess with that face of yours.
It's just interesting because they're showing it has a more. It seems like there's more to lose for this, And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the biggest fan of Creed 1. It was okay.
What do you like about it?
It's not that I didn't like it. Boxing movies to me are always the same. You already know who's gonna win. This one just looks like the story's better though.
They are all the same. What I liked about this is that Ryan Coogler, he's not directing this one this time, but he introduced a new wave of shooting the boxing scenes, and that's what made the movie the story was great. You got to see Sylvester Stallone actually put in some good acting that you haven't seen him do in a while. Yeah. Michael B. Jordan and Tessa Thompson's chemistry really sold me. They carried the movie a lot because they felt like a traditional couple. And it was not like one of those couples like if you watch, any generic movie. It's like, oh, they just forced those two to be. They actually look like they could have been dating outside of that or whatnot. But we know she's dating. What's her name?
Well, I mean, we already talked. She's a great actress.
She's a great actress. But besides that,
huge,
it's just I like the first one because I felt like it took me by surprise because I wasn't expecting that film to be that good, and it really just I like the fighting scenes. I enjoy, like I said, the story, Michael B. Jordan's performance. So I'm gonna be down to see this movie. I'm gonna be pushing it to everybody and saying, hey, go check out that Creed. But coming off of Westworld, coming off of Thor Ragnarok, him coming off of Black Panther, and just Michael B. Jordan and the phenomenon of the women that follow him, I hope this movie does way better than the first one did.
No, this movie's gonna do like first off the
first one
didn't do that great.
It didn't do great at all.
But this one for sure is gonna bring in some big money.
I hope so. Get that money.
I need to see actually before we say it didn't do that great what the box office.
I remember it didn't do great because I remember after because I always watch the box office and I always track a lot of what I want to see what movies are doing, and I remember looking back like, dang, that movie's too fucking good to only make the amount of money that it did. I think it got better in Blu-ray sales or DVD sales.
Well, all right, so it made this is the lifetime of it though. Yeah, its opening weekend was only 29 mil.
See, that's not.
It was on a budget of 35. So I mean, this movie's easily gonna. I think opening day it's gonna recoup its funds for sure.
I hope it makes 50 at the low. Well, I mean, like
opening weekend.
I half of these movies nowadays are just like you can sneak. Like that Jack Black movie made $27 million, and that movie looked terrible.
Yo, I actually wanted to see that. You're talking about the clock on the wall?
Yeah,
I actually wanted to see that though.
I heard it was really terrible. I've heard it was.
I'm sure it was. That's why I didn't go see it.
I was gonna watch it if it come at home, Netflix or something. But
yo, speaking of terrible movies though, so. This last Airbender live adaptation.
Thank God.
So, if you guys don't know, Netflix is slated to make a live action version of the last Airbender TV series
with the original creators, the guys that created the actual Avatar show. And if you're not familiar with the Airbender, it's just basically in the world that it was a cartoon that they have different nations. You have the firebenders, the waterbenders, the earthbenders, and the airbenders, and they have 4 different nations, and basically they try to live, and the Avatar basically controls all 4 elements and keeps the balance of life between spirits and everything.
Yeah, he's the last airbender because he's the last person who can manipulate air.
No, he's the last. Yeah, well, he's the last airbender because the Fire Nation tried to be little dicks and kill everybody off. So it's just how he deals with that. But
this is also yes, exactly.
M. Night
I was about to go
Shyamalan.
Jesus. Yes, he did his M. Night Shyamalan thing and came and shot on the live action of it.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
And that ruined everything. Like I can't verify this, but I'm sure that's the reason why the show went off there.
No, it didn't. It didn't because guess what? Legend of Korra came back and that show was awesome. But yeah, if you watch.
Who knows?
I never forget. Me and my mom went to the midnight showing. This is back when midnight movies were popping. Like now they moved it up because of what happened with the Dark Knight Rises and stuff. But it was like 12 o'clock. We went to go see it. Pumped. The trailers were cool. I was just like, M. Night Shyamalan. I'm not a fan of him. Yeah, God, they came out the gate calling him Ong. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Ong? His name is Aang, and I was just like, fuck this movie.
Yeah, he didn't disappoint. He whitewashed it. It made it lame. Like everything was terrible about this. But the thing with Netflix is that they don't answer to anybody.
And it's serialized.
Yeah, it's a series. They've got a huge budget behind it. So needless to say, we're pretty excited about that.
I'm excited. Just Avatar to get a whole nother viewership because I think that the last Airbender and Avatar is one of the greatest cartoons ever made, in my opinion. And Legend of Korra is just as good as Avatar, if not better, with the maturity content that they deal with in that TV show. I'm just like, man.
So what kind of audience do you think they're going to appeal to? Do you think they're going to go for capturing that kid audience again, or do you think they're going to go trying to
I can't tell you who
spice it up a little bit?
I don't know who they're trying to capture because if you watch the cartoon, it's very childlike, but it's mature in certain instant.
It's like Dragon Ball Z.
Better than Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I mean, in terms of like they have a lot of like kiddie shit in there.
No,
and then they sprinkle it in like with like Master Roshi looking at porn.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
And they don't tell you that's what it is.
That's what it is. But yeah, that's true. It would be dope. It's gonna be interesting to see where they're gonna go.
One of the things that I would like to see, I don't know if they're gonna be doing this, is that it would be interesting to see them do like a PG-13 version of it. like full on rated R. I doubt they're gonna do, but PG-13, so we can see a little bit more violence, a little bit more blood, a little bit more drama. I think if they made it just a little bit more adult, but kind of stayed true to the nature of the show itself.
See,
I think that would be really cool to see.
And that's what Legend of Korra was, because she was a waterbender. And what's interesting about her character, and it's amazing, and Nickelodeon pushed this. So her first arc was she was a typical girl. She was chasing after some guy or whatnot, you know, and they become best friends. And then she ends up becoming best friends with his future girlfriend. I'm speeding past stuff. But at the end of the show, her and that girl hook up and they become a couple, and that just kind of threw everybody off. We was like, whoa, like what?
So wait, so Nickelodeon had a lesbian couple?
Yeah, and it was
all right.
And you know what?
Way to be progressive.
And what was great about it was, if you looked at it, a lot of people were like, oh no, but if you followed the story, you could see the progression of her character and how she changes into this person because she starts becoming or discovering who she is. And I really thought that, man, I mean, the content on the show.
I had never watched.
I got it all on Blu-ray. I got the whole series on Blu-ray.
I have to get
you
that
can borrow it
because that sounds good. You got the Airbender one too?
Got all of them.
Get all of them because I've been needing the cartoon to watch.
Well, you got it, man. You got it. I got all. They're my mom's, but I bought it for them, so it'll be all right.
That's freaking cool.
I'm telling you, man. It's one of the most, because the thing about a lot of these cartoons that they're a lot of fluff, but what I liked about
fucking Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z is 30% episodes are all nothing happening.
Yep, at all.
God,
a bunch of filler.
It's almost to a point where it's a joke that they had filler episodes.
And what's great about it is that they teach you life lessons on each episode, and I think that's a great thing.
Yeah. Well, this portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. So, one of the things, and this is actually going to transition into what we got up next, and I didn't know this, but part of what made Avatar, the live version, suck isn't even the budget or the graphics. It's the damn director.
Oh, yeah. And he's terrible. He didn't know what he was doing.
No.
He basically just took, and that's the thing that also made it suck, is he basically took the whole book, because they're in books. They're not they're not chapters, but they're books. And he literally took the first book and made it into a movie. And there's no way you can tell the depth of book one in just a 2-hour film. Yeah. And that's the thing that I didn't like about it. But he just butchered the names. He butchered how they were doing stuff. It was just goofy. Yeah. That movie was goofy, man.
Shout out to M. Night Shyamalan for fucking movies up.
Hey, but way to bounce back with Split.
For sure. And Glass.
And Glass coming out.
What I'm very hopeful for now.
Uh-oh.
Is this trailer we've got for you with BumbleBee.
Put the trailer up!
What you brought to my attention, which I didn't know, was that Michael Bay isn't the one actually directing this.
He's not involved at all What? Elijah, what is this?
Come on, dude.
Oh, this is it. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay, so go ahead and find another one.
Yeah, it's not the newer one, but it's all good. You can find the new one.
In whatever language that was.
It's in Japanese.
So it's definitely not Japanese, but
Chinese?
It's probably Korean.
Korean? Okay.
If I had to guess. I'm an expert in Asian languages.
Oh, nice.
Not at all. But so there's a few things that I noticed right out the gate. First and foremost, we bash Transformers all the time and Michael Bay because he's all over the place. Mm-hmm. However, one of the things I noticed with this is that, one, no Mark Wahlberg.
Love it.
John Cena's in here, which is great. I love John Cena. And I haven't noticed all the product placements that Michael Bay was famous for. That and lens flares.
Okay, so what's great about this movie is supposedly it's supposed to be in the same universe as the Michael Bay movies, but it's supposed to take place, I want to say,
years before.
In the 80s, I want to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's obvious.
It was 70s or 80s. And I just like it because you could tell, and it feels like the G1 series that a lot of people grew up with, where it was you could tell the design of the Transformers and not everything was just all over the place and you can't really tell.
It's definitely a scaled back version. And I like that. And the other thing too is that watching this trailer, for whatever reason, it just felt more raw and less gimmicky. Like it looks like they're actually trying, like just like with that interaction right there with Bumblebee and whoever the lead is. They're interacting, and it looks like they're trying to develop the characters to have some kind of friendship. The last 3 or 4 Transformers movies were so big, so verbose, and so like
extra.
Just extra.
Every movie was extra.
There was never any attention paid to detail as far as who the characters were, why we should care about them, like any of that. Everything was just relied on crazy graphics, huge budgets, and product placement.
That's Michael Bay for you, man. That's Michael Bay for you.
But not always though, because he did Armageddon.
I think this budget is. I think their budget is only $70 million, which is a fraction of what Michael Bay was playing.
200 million and shit.
300, man. Literally, the last 3 Transformers were 300 million each, budget wise.
And I think that's going to force these directors to rely more on acting and on the story.
Hey, look at that! You even get the classic.
Yeah,
I was like, hell yeah, sign me up. Optimus Prime looks like a badass.
But it's cool though too because everybody, I mean, Bumblebee is literally the Pikachu of Transformers. Like
that is true. Everybody loves Pikachu,
and so it's cool that we get to see him on screen more and see him. It's not. I'm the little kid in me that's in this, and my son Dominic, like super excited about this shit.
You're not weighed down by so much. You know, this is the smartest thing that they could have done. Is like when you're watching Transformers, it was like an overload. If you watch back on the 2007, it was like okay.
I had to stop watching at times.
You got Shia LaBeouf screaming. You got half naked women. Then you got like all these
Megan Fox who never gets dirty in white pants in the desert.
Man, just like whatever. don't bring up Megan Fox, man. I'm so glad she's got out of town.
But the thing is, and you hit it, is it was an overload of shit.
Of bullshit.
And this looks so much
simpler,
more refined, so much like taken aback from like all the graphics and all the loud ass noises and
Shia LaBeouf hollering all the goddamn time. I was so sick of Shia LaBeouf.
I mean, like the only Transformers movie I actually really liked was the first one.
The first one was decent.
Time we saw it,
the first one was decent.
Exactly, it's decent. It wasn't even good.
It's not even good. It's decent.
Yeah, I think this will be good.
John Turturro is the only reason why I liked any of those films because he's just a funny guy.
What do you think would mess it up for you? I mean, there's a lot that can go wrong, but what do you think?
In this film?
Yeah.
If it's more like the old films and not like what you call it. Travis Knight directs this, and he directed Kubo and the Two Strings. I don't know if you ever seen that one. It's on Netflix. It's a stop animation movie. It's won an Oscar, I believe. And the thing that's great about him is that he personally has come out and shitted on Michael Bay. Like, I personally appreciate the technology you introduced, but basically your movies are shit.
So he is out to prove a point.
Yeah, and I think that, and that's why
I'm even more excited now.
And it comes around to Christmas, so they're gonna make a killing just for the simple fact is, it got you what. Like, oh, I'm so tired of being around the house. We might as well go see a movie. Oh, let's go check out that Bumblebee film.
But see, you've
hey, look at that. It's so innocent. Oh, he breaks the couch.
Yeah, you pointed out some things though that matter to me, and that's that the director is young. He has a track record of doing more out of the box type films, and that they're good.
He's an indie director, so he's good at storytelling and directing and storytelling in a medium that's a little bit more difficult to tell a story. So he's more effective at it, and he has a point to prove. Yep.
So I like that, and like one of the things I truly believe is that when you restrict resources, you have to be creative.
That is true.
And so now you don't have the $300 million that can cover up for lazy storytelling by having a bunch of distractions.
That's why we enjoyed Deadpool, because look, they kind of got rid of the fluff of everything else, and it's like, okay, we got a $70 million budget. We have to tell a good, compelling story.
The first one or the second one?
The first one.
You didn't like the second one though?
No, I like the second one.
I think the second one was better actually.
The second one was a little bit extra. There's some things in there that I was just like, oh, okay, this is X-Men. This is like.
It was exactly X-Men.
No, it's more like X-Men, like the Bryan Singer X-Men. There was just a lot of stuff that was just extra to me. And I was like, we didn't really need that. It was like kind of a rehash of what I've already seen already. I enjoyed it for the girl that played Domino. I think she was awesome. But yeah, I mean, I'm pumped for Bumblebee. I wasn't at first, but after this trailer, I was like, hell yeah, sign me up.
Yes.
John Cena.
Now the moment that I've been waiting for. Before I do this, without any interruptions, we've got one more. Count them, one more.
One.
Commercial will do.
One more.
We gotta get paid, y'all. Gotta get paid. You donate to Patreon.
Yeah, donate to Patreon and give us a review.
We'll have less commercial breaks. But this portion of the show is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com and use coupon code DOPE for 10% off exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now. Sizes are selling out fast.
Let's watch this dope trailer.
All I've got to say is before you roll it, I think you sent me the trailer of them sitting in the room talking.
No, I think Jarvis did.
Okay, so a few months ago, me and Jarvis were talking about some predictions for this, all right? Now, we're talking about Fantastic Beasts, and I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Like, I'm a nut about it. I know what house I'm in. I know my wand, all that shit. I'm Slytherin, y'all. I've said that on some shows, too. What? I got a snake at home, too.
I have not seen Fantastic Beasts, the first one.
You're fucking up, dude.
No, okay. I'm gonna watch it because it's anytime I watch it, I always find myself doing something else and I never finish that movie. But I'm a huge Harry Potter fan because I remember we used to go to the movies when we were all dressed up and I was like, oh yeah, give me.
And I will be dressing up for Fantastic Beasts, but holy shit! So my fucking guess was confirmed that Nagini,
the
person. I'm spoiling this for y'all who about to watch it.
Oh, they gonna spoil it.
Yeah, Nagini was a person. I'm so pumped about this.
But didn't they talk about that? Didn't she talk about that before? Because
here's the thing.
Because I forgot she had her parent put a death curse on her.
So it was a blood curse.
Blood curse. That's what it was.
And so she was called that, and then through some researching and all this stuff, because the curse basically. You call it like malefictum or malefictum or something like that, causes a person to eventually turn into an animal. And so
and then the mind of the animal takes over and they lose themselves.
Yeah. So this is how they're tying it into the Harry Potter movies plus with Dumbledore.
Is that right? Is that why she keeps going kill? She because she wants somebody to kill her?
Maybe I don't know.
Oh man, just think about that.
But let's go ahead and get that trailer rolling. But
picture this. Picture this. You're a human being. You become an animal, and you're talking about, and you're trapped in the mind of this.
As a person who owns a snake, it depends on the type of snake.
That's true.
My snake just chills.
That is a big ass snake.
But
Voldemort and Nagini were essentially like bonded. Well, they were bonded through the soul.
Elijah, listen. No. You're out of your depths on this one. Okay. That's part of it. That's a little bit maybe, okay? But the thing is this. We have no idea what the implications are of this curse and how much of this is our own personal thing. And that's what we're about to see. Because as you can see here, she's already trapped in the cage, treated as a circus freak. So she's already jaded.
She was a performer. Yeah, they said she was a performer.
She's already jaded against witch and wizarding kind. So we don't know if the Horcrux is what played a part into her being who she is as Nagini, if it's the curse itself or it has to do with her past. I'm excited because we're going to learn more about that. But Johnny Depp, and here's the other thing. In that fucking movie, I shit you not, I was sitting there and I saw the back of his head. I was like, that's Johnny Depp! So I yelled it in the movie theater.
I'm pumped for the simple fact is we finally get to see Johnny Depp actually acting. So I think that's the most important thing because we haven't seen him do a good acting role in a while.
Without Tim Burton.
Yeah, not doing the most.
And he gets to be a little weird.
Number 2 is Jude Law. You can never go with too much Jude Law.
He's such a great actor.
And I just love it, the fact that when he's looking into the mirror and the one that tells you what he sees Grindelwald.
He sees his boyfriend.
Let's get it.
So me and Jay were talking about this yesterday, and she was like, I don't get it. I was like, well, it's not that he can't. It's that he can't because his heart's tied to it.
Because he's in love.
And I love that. It's just like playing his part. But you know what the best thing about Fantastic Beasts is compared to Harry Potter movies? What? Because I keep saying this, and I said this earlier too.
Fight?
Well, a little bit more than that. But I said that this series of movies is going to be better than Harry Potter. And like the point was made, there's nothing to live up to with the book. And I was like, yeah, it's part of it. But we get to see more of the wizarding world and actually see them utilize the magic in more creative ways.
Yeah.
And like the argument can be made that the early Harry Potter movies were limited by the resources they had and yada, yada, yada. But when you start looking at like 3, 4, 5, and then the breakdown of 6 and all that, they had all these director changes, did all kind of weird shit added to it, and their magic was reduced to little like fireworks.
Remember this, David Yates, the director of this film, I'm guessing, because he did Fantastic Beasts 1, he also did the more mature Harry Potter films in number 5, 6, 7, part
which
1,
were the better ones.
which are the better ones, and I like it because what he did was he introduced that darker element. Damn, this movie come out November the 16th.
Oh yeah, it's this year.
I missed that. God,
Yeah.
I need to hurry up. But
This is the final trailer.
I like it that it's mature. I like it that I'm gonna be honest. As a nerd, I'm a nerd first before I'm anything else.
Yeah,
I
David
personally
Yates is
like.
doing this one too.
I personally like movies are escape from reality. I don't want to watch something that I can literally go outside my house and see. And films like this are needed because they give you that sense of wonder, and we haven't had that in a long time. You can say whatever you want to say about the Marvel films. Those are cool movies, but they don't give me a sense of wonder.
No,
This
I
Harry
know.
Potter always gave me a sense of wonder. I felt like I was escaping from reality watching.
You know
this
why
film.
that is though, right?
Why?
Because it runs so parallel to your
That's true.
own reality. And like even, I mean, they're walking in downtown New York.
Yeah.
And the stories that they're telling, then it's not like something unbelievable. There's somebody who wants to rise to power, take over, and you're having to deal with these love interests, as we see with like Dumbledore, and then someone who's betrayed him, and him having to deal with that. He knows that he can do something to stop this, but he can't bring himself to do it. And he has to go find someone else who, at that point in time, is trying to deal with his own personality flaws. And you see, like in the trailer, when he's talking about his brother, like he ties and bounds his brother, and he's like, "Yo, that might have been the best moment of my life." So you're dealing with him living in the shadow of his war veteran brother who fought in World War II.
Nice.
And all this
Didn't know
stuff. Yeah, and also we get to see Zoe Kravitz in this.
I like her.
That's his love interest
that's
from,
betrayed.
Lestrange. Yeah.
Okay.
And so she's also the reason why he was kicked out from Hogwarts. So you got all these stories that are intertwining.
Lestrange.
Yeah. Bellatrix Lestrange.
Is she's
yeah.
like related to the one that's
possibly
part of the
great
Death Eaters?
grandmother type. Yeah.
Oh, to the Death Eaters.
Yeah, and so there's a thing on there too.
That's pretty
I'll
dope.
have to go back to my notes. Yes, I had notes
I
of
don't
when we
know.
were discussing, because they show on one of the trailers the Lestrange in black. So there are, I think it's 7 or 9. No, it might be 13. 7. There's some prime number. And 9 is not a prime number. So
It's
just
all
ignore-
good.
There's a number of great names in Harry Potter, and those are the pureblood family lines. Okay, and so there's a tree that's showing their family ties, and there's Lestrange, and then there's Black that's on there, that's showing the ties of how they became
So
related.
now I'm
Remember, Bellatrix Lestrange and Sirius Black are related.
It's crazy too.
So yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how some of that ties into it, because they
I like
show
it.
that. Yeah. And then also the last one is seeing how Credence, the Obscurus, plays in this. Because in the first 2 trailers, we see that he's still able to access that power, but he's supposed to be dead, because most Obscurus die early, and we see that he's not dead.
That's Ezra Miller, right?
Yeah, Ezra Miller's playing him. Yeah. So he's the one who's with Nagini, and they're together.
Yeah,
and they're
I seen
performing
all
in the circus.
I saw that last shot when they were Johnny Depp was going to work with the blue magic, and I saw her chilling up on his shoulder.
Yeah, there are a few things that are in there.
I heard it.
nuanced.
I heard people like, oh, maybe he's what's his name's dad or something like that. Voldemort's dad. Yeah.
So funny enough, Credence actually ties into, because Credence is his real name. Credence is in the Lestrange and Black storyline. He tied his name. Is like I was going through, and people were trying to figure out what his real name was, and he's in that Lestrange bloodline.
Oh man, I'm just pumped to see it.
'Cause remember, he's an orphan.
I didn't see the first one, so I gotta.
Oh shit, he's an orphan. Oh,
It's all
fuck,
good.
so
Oh, you're not spoiling.
So
this
you
crap.
don't know what an
I
Obscurus
read-
is then.
I read the synopsis of it, but I
Okay.
still need to get to.
So yeah, you
watch
need to
it.
go back, because there are certain words in there, like Obscurus isn't in Harry Potter, but the Obscurus also has a thing to do with the. Remember that in the first one, actually in the
That
fifth one
sucks
too.
out the lights
Yeah.
or whatever that
Yeah.
Dumbledore uses.
Yeah, the Deluminator.
there
there
you
you
go.
go. Yeah. So apparently, though, there's a theory out there that in that Deluminator, Dumbledore actually captured an Obscurus, and you'll see it in Fantastic Beasts that anytime an Obscurus flies by lights, it takes all the light from it. And then there's other things that it can do besides just that, it has other powers too, but we haven't seen those yet. So
I can't wait.
Dude,
I can't wait.
seeing
Sign me up.
Dumbledore on screen,
Seeing
like, as a
Jude-
young
a young.
Dumbledore.
I'm signing me up.
I know people were nervous about Jude Law.
How can you
playing
be?
it, but Jude
I'm
Law
so
is such a great.
sick of people saying stupid shit, man. Jude Law, that's who you worried about? He's done nothing but give us great work for all his life.
I think it's more so before it was screen tested. It's just saying him playing Dumbledore.
You
because
tell
you
me
gotta think
Jude
about
Law,
Dumbledore. You think of somebody old. No one ever pictures Dumbledore
Oh yeah,
young.
he had to be young, and he had to be a smooth brother.
As soon as you see him on camera, though, you're like, oh fuck yeah.
Him,
Yeah.
When I first heard that he was being cast, I had fan cast Ewan McGregor in my mind to play young Dumbledore, but I was like, you're not about to do that. He's like,
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that.
I think they made the right call with Jude Law.
Can't never go wrong.
The biggest thing for me though is that I really like how they have so much more magic in it. I mean that's important because at first it felt like magic wands were becoming like lightsabers, you know.
Mhm.
But now, I mean, we get more of these animals that are shown, these fantastic beasts, as the namesake of it. But seeing like more creative ways to use the magic, even like little small things where like they highlight when the doors are being locked, the little green shit on there. Like so, it's cool to see that kind of a fresh take on this series, and knowing that it's not because it's not based on a book.
I'm
there's
hoping
no source material going into that. Like, we don't have anything.
This is what I'm hoping, that after this movie and after Captain Marvel, WB sits down and says, let's go ahead and knock out another Sherlock Holmes 3.
Yo,
we need it.
Such you think
Robert?
Yeah,
He's down for it. He's got to be down. He's got to be down
Man,
for
'cause
it.
that was such a good series.
That was such a, because he's gonna be coming off of like he's about to, you know, he's getting ushered out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just in a sense.
I don't think he's getting ushered. I think
Not
he's
ushered.
trying to leave.
Well, I don't think he wants to leave. I think it's just like the simple fact is Iron Man has to die. You have to add some type of realism to those stories, and Iron Man just can't keep making it. And I'm just like, because that's kind of what made me tense up a little bit when he got stabbed in Infinity War. Spoilers, don't really care. But I'm like, when he got stabbed,
it's way too late.
when he got stabbed, I was like, oh shit, they taking Iron Man. And and the crazy thing about it is, it when that happened, it flashed my mind back when I first saw the Iron Man 1 and just seeing how I want to say the movements that he has made. So I'm down for a Sherlock Holmes 3 because I really enjoyed the second one. I love the first one, but the second one I just really enjoyed. But
that's the one with
Naomi Rapace.
I'm trying to think of what the storyline for that one was.
Oh, that's with him dealing with Moriarty, his arch nemesis.
But is that the one where they're in the tomb and he has that long little glass piece in the opening?
That's the first one.
That's the first
That's
one?
the first movie.
No, that's not the.
That's the first movie when he had turned around and Martin.
When he broke out of the cemetery.
That's the first one. The second one is with Moriarty when he's trying to get rid of Sherlock Holmes and frame him. You know, they're on the train. They had that one scene where in the forest where that scene was dope. When they hit shot in the cannons and stuff.
Yeah, and he was running through the forest. Yeah,
was
but
dope.
you see though, Marvel took some of those tricks.
They had to, man. Guy Ritchie holds it down. People love to give Guy Ritchie shit, but Guy Ritchie is very stylistic.
But it's stylistic for sure. Like, there's no doubt about that. Sometimes it's a little shaky on.
He needs somebody to dial it in sometimes,
Yeah.
especially with that King Arthur movie.
That's exactly the one.
It
I
was a
thinking
good
of.
movie, but I just wish they dialed a lot of that, especially that one scene where he
in
got
the dungeon with that weird monster thing. When there was like that water monster or some shit. Yeah, dude.
I haven't seen the movie in a while.
I saw it once. I fell asleep and I woke up to that. I was like, what the fuck am I
There's a
watching?
scene in this movie where he's like, when I guess King Arthur like discovers his power, and he like he does the same thing as Sherlock Holmes, but he slows it down, and I was just like, hey, that was pretty live. It was just, I think it's the same end scene.
I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
gotta go
remember.
back to that.
So I was watching Tag. Have you seen that?
No, but I am gonna watch it
I recommend it. It's pretty funny.
because I like John Hamm.
Yeah. So John Hamm and old boy who plays Hawkeye's in there. And so there's a couple people in there. But,
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner. And so I wonder if he's related to Brittany Renner.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, she does have white of
He's half black, half white.
That is true. That is
true.
No wonder why he always
Send
looked like a
Brittany
brother.
Renner, if you're listening, send him a line. Let him know. He's a huge fan of yours.
Who?
Brittany Renner.
Oh, I'm not a fan
Nah,
of her
dude.
by any.
But
And she out there with Tina Trump. Go sit down.
Tiana Trump? Nah,
whatever
dude,
her name is.
That was just trolls for follows, bro. No. But so Jeremy Renner, he in Tag, he plays like the best person at Tag. There's this one scene in there. It's not gonna spoil anything for you, but he does that Sherlock Holmes thing where he slows it down and he's like paralyzes with right chop to the neck. And I was sitting there cracking up laughing.
Okay,
I was
I
like,
gotta
yo, and Jada was like, what? I was like, You don't know. That's what
Shantae, we gotta watch
fucking
that.
Sherlock Holmes.
Hey, Shantae, we got a movie to watch this weekend.
Bro, he like did blindfolded some shit.
I gotta get that one.
And he punches
Isn't
the dude in the
Hannibal
butt.
Buress in there?
Hannibal Buress is
yeah,
in there.
nice.
Lil Rel is in there.
Ah, yeah, sign me up.
John Hamm, Jeremy Renner. The one guy, I can't think of his fucking name for some reason. He's in all over the place, but
I know who you're talking about.
I feel bad. I keep seeing this commercial with him everywhere. But
Ed Helms.
Ed Helms, yeah. Sorry, guy.
I love Ed Helms.
Yeah, man. So that's what's going on. Is there anything good coming out this weekend? Am I forgetting anything before we start?
Venom comes out next weekend. Oh, that movie. Isn't that movie with Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish coming out this weekend?
So I'm gonna actually see that. You know, I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna see it specifically to show support because after his comments on Breakfast Club with Tiffany Haddish and the Cat Williams thing, I'm like, I'll throw $10 at that. It might be entertaining. He's coming out with a drama movie too, so
I don't like anything featuring Kevin Hart and his repetitive comedy style that gets very old.
You didn't like Central Intelligence with him and The Rock?
I like The Rock in that. I did not like Kevin Hart in that movie.
You just said you didn't like any movie featuring Kevin Hart. He's in that movie.
I don't like that movie. I just like The Rock in that movie because I think he's hilarious in that movie. I think the movie's stupid. The last Kevin Hart film that I liked, or probably two of his films I like 4-0 version because he's in there for 2 seconds, but he has a funny scene, and I like him in that movie with Will Ferrell, and I only like that movie because I like Will Ferrell so much.
What movie is in it with Will Ferrell?
The movie where they go to jail, Get Out or Get Something, whatever it's called.
Fuck.
Get Hard. That's it.
Yeah. That movie sucked.
No, what? That movie's hilarious.
That movie was trash.
There's literally been nobody. You're the first person I've encountered that said that movie was trash because everybody I talk to think that's the funniest shit ever.
You know why that movie's trash? I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because I saw Ringer first.
I hated The Ringer.
It's the exact same
thing, and I hate The Ringer. That's why.
But when did you see Ringer though?
When it came out.
Did you see it before or after though? I didn't.
I
see
saw
either
it
one.
way before.
You saw that one before you saw Get Hard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, I saw Get Hard after I saw that one.
Because I'm not a fan of, well, I got some on my face? Well?
No, I'm scratching my forehead. No, I'm just scratching my forehead. So, yeah. See, but this is the exact same movie as that and Horrible Bosses, too.
It's Will
All three of these
Ferrell.
movies are the same. That's fine. But
Will Ferrell's just funny, man. I think
he's
he
funny,
can do
but he has
nothing
some
wrong.
missteps, though.
Yeah, he has had a few. When he plays the Mexican guy, that was a pretty terrible movie.
What movie did he play a Mexican guy?
I cannot think of the name. Everything Must Go. That's the name of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
No, was that the movie? Nah. It's one of those movies. It's one of those movies in between, like, when Will Ferrell was, like, in the 2010s where everybody kind of was suffering.
Yeah, when him and Adam Sandler were going through that shit.
God, man. Adam Sandler's trash.
Yep.
He used to be good. Trash.
Yeah, if you go back and watch the shit, he wasn't that great then. We were just young.
I like his family movies. I do like his family films, like Just Go With It and stuff, and Click and stuff like that.
So Kevin Hart is coming out with a drama with actually, I can't remember everybody that.
Yeah, I heard it on Breakfast Club.
Yeah, with a actual good. Nicole Kidman is in it, and then somebody else, and I was like, well, this could be interesting.
When he read out the names on Breakfast Club, I was like, oh, that's very interesting. But
and it's a drama.
You're Kevin Hart,
but it's a drama though.
I can't take him serious.
So we're gonna see. I'm kind of interested.
I don't like
that.
Kevin Hart. I just think he's
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not. I don't think he's that funny. But
he's getting the big head in my opinion and trying to act like humble.
In that interview, what he said, I can appreciate.
About what?
About trying to put other people on, and he actually has done that. I mean, and he has a track record for it.
But who does he put? But who has he put on?
Tiffany Haddish. He helped Lil
Tiffany
Rel with
Haddish.
this.
Actually, Tiffany Haddish put herself on.
No, Tiffany Haddish credited him in that interview. When she was homeless, he gave her money. She straight up said it.
I mean, well, that's a beautiful thing.
And he sponsored her specials and shit.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like, the one point that he made, and I can appreciate, and I'm all about community, is that you actually took your position and you started your own production house. And you're actually helping other people flourish. And now Tiffany Haddish is also coming out with a special where she's showcasing 7 other female comedians who she thinks have been in the game long enough and haven't been getting their breaks. So that's cool.
I'm gonna tell you this: Nick Cannon launched a whole bunch of people's and I just can't stand him either.
But and it's fine.
I give you credit. I'm like, hey, shout out.
Okay, but if you had to watch a show with Nick Cannon or a show with Kevin Hart, and you had to pick
Nick Cannon.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I do not think Kevin Hart's funny at all because it's the same joke. I feel like it's the same extraness every time. I don't know. It's just like
The reason why I would pick Kevin Hart is because I know there's like a 50-50 chance The Rock is gonna be in it or someone else that I like.
okay, let's put it like this. Kevin Hart makes decent, entertaining films. I'll give him that. Cat Williams makes great stand-up compared to.
I wasn't really a fan of the last one though.
Whose?
The American one.
Oh, you can throw that to the. But he still has
stand-up
three.
before that, though?
He
Oh,
has
shit, the
three.
rules are fire.
He still has three of like
yeah.
I always say if you look at stand-up, you got your Red Fox. You have your what's his name? Eddie Murphy stand-up. Martin Lawrence stand-up.
Who's your favorite comedian?
My favorite one is always going to be Eddie Murphy. I think Eddie Murphy is probably one of the funniest people ever. Because you can watch all his movies and you will die laughing.
Boomerang has a series on BET coming.
Lena Headey. I
Yeah.
just found out she's going to write it. So now
That's going to be wild.
I'm interested in that now.
The other thing I'll leave you with, have you seen D.L. Hughley stand up yet?
I just never thought he was funny, but I'll check it out if you think it's good.
There are some jokes. It's more of like a social commentary.
Okay, then I'll check it out because I like him when he's on his social commentary. I really like. I really dig.
It's just enough. I try to watch the one that came.
It's on
out
Netflix,
before this
right?
one. Yeah.
Okay.
It just released like last week. I try to watch the one that came before this. Repeat jokes. So, watch that one. Watch Joe Rogan stand up if you haven't yet.
I like Joe Rogan.
Also watch Tom Segura.
Who's that?
Tom Segura is this fucking hilarious comedian that I'd never heard of, and that's actually what started a whole kick with watching all of Netflix's comedy specials, which, by the way, y'all should watch those if you don't. Me and Jada just scour looking for new ones.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
if you dropping dimes for Nick, okay, so
Segura,
watch
dog.
Joe Coy stand up on Netflix.
Okay.
I think that is probably one of the funniest stand
I'll watch it tonight.
Because if you're a fan of, did you ever watch Chelsea Handler back in the day on E?
No.
Okay, well her show was funny, but he was
Joe
always
what?
on Joe Coy.
KOI?
Yeah, KOY I think.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
He's funny, man, and that stand up is hilarious, and I think that's a great. Another one is Chris Tucker. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's an old one, but it's always pretty funny. That's on Netflix.
Wait, one that did he do it when he was fat?
He was a little chunky. But
Oh, yo, I never saw that one.
That shit is hilarious, man. He has a bit when he's talking about borrowing. He's like, he was so rich he bought house. He said he was so rich back in the day that he bought a house next door to his new house he just bought. He said he was going over next door and borrowing sugar from his goddamn self. I was dying. Oh man, he was like, man, you got some sugar, dog. Don't you know I ain't got no sugar because you ain't got no sugar.
I might have to watch that.
Crying, man. Hey, Chris Tucker is one of the best to ever do and never gets enough credit in my opinion.
Well, that's what happens when you blow through all your money.
That is true, but hey, man,
and
who
don't hold
hasn't?
the public eye long enough.
Who hasn't?
Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, Kevin Hart, The Rock,
Okay, wonderful.
Vin Diesel.
Like,
Fuck, even Cat Williams hasn't blown through his money yet.
oh, he did for a while. You remember he was struggling
all right,
for a minute.
scratch him then. Mike Epps.
I mean, Eddie Murphy was hitting the rock bottom and he bounced back. Everybody hits rock bottom.
but
Sometimes it's about your bounce
wasn't
back.
poor though.
Yeah, he was. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker.
He was just running around picking up some suspect women as hookers.
Oh well. We ain't talk about that one.
Yeah.
Intermission. All things for the culture.
Well, that's
Love
the
it.
show, folks.
Sam.
Join us next week. Same time.
Same
network.
place. Name network. Same place.
Yeah, whatever. We'll figure that out.
We'll have a good ending tag.
Oh, eventually, we'll get it right, folks.
See you.
What's up?